Hello and welcome to our final project for IMS 573A, the Business of Esports. I'm Tyler Steckler. Later you'll hear from Gavin Wilson and Long Yu Wu. For our final project, we came up with the Tactical Gaming League. On our first encounter, week 1, we met each other via Discord and were excited to start working on the project together. Throughout our meetings with the project, we discussed what we were all interested in the world of esports. We also set up a meeting time every week to complete each week's prompt. On week 2, we came up with the brand, the name of the team, Tactical Gaming League. We chose tactical because we want to portray precision and careful planning in every encounter on and off the virtual world. It also takes inspiration from each of our initials in our name, Tyler, Gavin, Longyu. The slogan is "The battlefield is virtual and the victory is real." We came up with the logo inside Adobe Illustrator. We used the target for precision and to reiterate accurate planning. In terms of color psychology and what colors we all enjoy, we chose red for bold, courageous, visceral, and energetic, white for clean and confident, black for prestige, serious, bold, and classic. Our mission statement: utilizing brilliance, collaboration, and integrity on and off the battlefield, TGL strives for victory. TGL promises to deliver exhilarating gameplay from every one of our top-notch professionals. Join us on our endeavor to outplay our opponents in the virtual realm. On week 3, we needed to come up with 2 social media accounts. While creating our Twitter or X account, we had no issues. There were some complications with Facebook, though. Here's a link to our Twitter. As a group, we decided to use Discord as our second social media site, as we found that it would be much easier to communicate with our fans. Here's a link to our Discord. On week 4, coming up with the team, we decided that we needed a couple different positions that we needed to hire. The first stop being the psychologist. The psychologist will keep our players and staff in good mental shape. The GM, the general manager, is responsible for managing the activities and meeting the company's goals. A coach, a coach's role is to help people explore issues, unblock barriers, see different perspectives, and increase the options that are consciously available to them before supporting them to make a decision and create an action plan to achieve their desired outcome. Marketing managers, to plan and oversee many different activities, including go-to-market launches, advertising, email campaigns, events, and social media. A content creator, various tasks include streaming for brand awareness, curation of video, and social media posts. A personal trainer, to develop personalized training programs for each of our players and staff to keep them in top physical shape. An IT technical support specialist, to ensure all gaming equipment and software are up to date and functioning correctly, and to solve any technical issues that arise. And last but not least, a dietitian, to counsel players and staff on nutrition issues and healthy eating habits. Dietitians are experts in the use of food and nutrition to promote health and manage disease. The salaries that go along with hiring some of these people: the content creator, about 84,000 to 150K a year. Marketing managers, 87,000 to 100K a year. A coach, 56,000 to 100K a year. The general manager, 129,000 to 200K a year. A psychologist is 84K to 100K a year. The personal trainer, 34K to 100K a year. The IT technical support specialist, 50 to 60K a year. And the dietitian, 52 to 100K a year. And to keep track of all these financials, on the low end, it would be about 576,000 a year. On the high end, about 1,110,000. As well as hiring a team, we needed to come up with an esports training facility. We sent a link here to kind of show where we got some of our numbers. The average cost for setting up a fully equipped esports training facility can range anywhere from 100K to 500K. This includes the purchase of high-performance gaming PCs, gaming consoles, VR equipment, gaming peripherals, and other accessories. We needed a team/streamer as well. We wanted to pick an esport to buy a team in, and why. We chose Rocket League. We all have a passion for the game of Rocket League. And financials for the player contracts is about 132K to 149K a year. We'll be needing 3 starters and a substitute. They will be needing fitness trainers, dietitians, etc., kind of like a coach, psychologist, personal trainer, and dietitian. We also wanted to pick one streamer that best fit our brand and figure out the cost of signing them and what their splits are on their streaming revenue. We selected John McDonald, also known as Johnny Boy. He is a well-known professional in the field of Rocket League commentary and content creation, particularly recognized for his contributions to Rocket League Championship Series, the Chalked Podcast, and the Next Rank. John has over 300,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, 96,000 followers on X or Twitter, and 410,000 followers on Twitch. According to a website we found, johnnyboy_I/subs, he makes about $613 to $863 a month off of subs. We would like to allocate around 100K to 150K to hire John based on what we know for the cost of a content creator. Now I will be passing it off to Gavin Wilson. Thank you for listening to my portion.
So for week 5, we focus on event planning, and this started off with being within the guidelines of the permitted tournaments. So tournaments that adhere to the guidelines and that can operate under the Rocket League community license without requiring further approval from Psionics. Next, we moved on to basic requirements, and this just basically means the tournaments must have a prize pool that adheres to the rules. So, between 15,000 with the total compensation not exceeding 50,000. Next up, we have broadcasting, and this goes into where tournaments can be streamed online, but not on traditional TV, TV. Next up, revenue and sponsors, and the total contribution from sponsors cannot exceed 50,000, which is a pretty standard rule. And next we have pricing. The total compensation awarded to players/teams must not exceed over 15,000 and must not be permitted, not dependent on the number of participants. Next up, we have tournament fees, which basically means tournaments must be free to enter, although the venue entry fees are allowed. Next up is trademarks and affiliations. Tournament organizers can use Rocket League assets for marketing, but must comply with the branding guidelines and disclaim any association with Psionics. Next up is organizers' responsibility. Organizers are responsible for all the aspects of the tournament, including legal compliance, rule establishment, and prize distribution. Competitive integrity must be maintained, and toxic behavior is prohibited. Next up, restrictions on eligibility. Certain individuals associated with psionics or tournament administrations are ineligible to participate. And lastly, compliance. Tournaments must adhere to the community guidelines, brand guidelines, psionics terms of use, and other relevant policies. So for our equipment, we basically have it to where we're having 6 players. So to start with, all the PCs will come with Rocket League installed since it's a free to play game. And then for our first thing, we have the Intel gaming PC configured. That's about $2,419. So for 6 of them, that'll be 14,514. Next up, we have a curved frameless gaming monitor. It costs about $210. So for 6 of them, that will be 1,260. Next up, we looked at headsets, and we decided to get the Elite Pro 2 Performance gaming headset. It's about 130. So for 6 of them, that will be 780. Next up, we're using the PS4 controller for our PC and gaming. So it's about $50. So for 6 of them, it's going to come out to 300. For routers and switches to connect all our PCs, we're going to use the L09 UIGS RM. And we just need one of those, and that'll be about $120. Next up for gaming chairs, we actually went with an office chair because we found those to be more comfortable for our players to use. So we're using the McCallum ergonomic. It's about $130. So for 6 of them, it's going to come out to 780. For food and beverages, it would be at the player's discretion, but we just said pizza, Doritos, anything that they will want, and we will just order for them. Next up, we have the casters, and we have Lemmy Kiwi, Stacks, and T-Baits. And for the bracket, we'll do the TGL Double Elimination Rocket League bracket, as you can see by our picture. And the prize pool would be a $5,000 winner takes all tournament. Next up, this is one of our examples for our graphics that we would use for to tell our audience on social media that hey, we just won a game. And lastly, we have our ideal jersey, this and the sponsors that we would like to have on there. I think these turned out really well and they emphasize our team's logo and look.
6, we created posts and images for the event via Adobe, included the rules, dates, host, caster, and contract information. In week 7, we made a 3-year strategic plan for the Technical Gaming League. The 3-year strategic plan is designed to evaluate our brand, maximize our operational capabilities, and set the stage for long-term success. Year 1 is foundation and growth. In facilities, we will establish state-of-the-art gaming and training facilities designed to offer top-notch amenities that enhance gameplay, training, and player development. In housing for players, we provide high-quality residential accommodations. Year 2 is expansion and investment. In securing series of funding, we aim to attract investment from high-profile personalities and potential investors, leverage their popularity to enhance our brand's visibility and credibility. In legal and operational team expansion, establishing a dedicated legal team to manage contractual obligations and protect our interest, alongside expanding our operational staff to support increased activities. In enhanced marketing and merchandise, expanding a range of merchandise and doubling down on digital content to drive revenue and enhance fan engagement. In potential investors, target celebrities who have shown interest in gaming and esports, including this person. Year 3 is diversification and public offering. In IPO, preparing for a public offering to increase capital for future expansion, broadening our investor base, and enhancing organizational credibility. In expansion into new esports titles, recruiting new talent and enhancing our coaching staff to include additional popular esports games, diversifying our portfolio and engage a broader audience. In community engagement and philanthropy, launch community programs and philanthropic efforts to give back and strengthen our community ties. In talent and events, acquire new talent and coaching staff to expand into new esports ventures such as Fortnite, Super Smash Bros., Ultimate, and League of Legends, and host significant esports events, celebrating our annual tradition and commitment to the esports community. As we conclude our exploration of the Technical Gaming League, we reflect on a journey marked by innovation, teamwork, and strategic execution. Throughout this project, we've established a strong brand identity, leverage our passion for esports and presence to create a distinctive and influential presence in the competitive gaming industry. Our strategic incentives over the next 3 years aim to certify TGL as a leader in esports, expanding operations, securing funding, and preparing for a public offering. Thank you.